How's it going, folks? So, I was really debating whether to do another reaction to Xandria since I did the first two singles already. I don't like to do too many of the same band. I really like to mix it up, but I couldn't help myself. I could not help myself. So here I am checking out the brand new single from Xandria. This one's called Ghosts, and they just announced that their new album's coming out. I believe it was February 3rd, so we have a little while to wait. And like I said, I mean, it's Xandria, and there's been a decent amount of time in between each single as well. So, I don't feel like it's back to back to back. The first two songs were really great, and I'm expecting and hoping for great things with this one here as well. So, yeah, without further ado, let's jump on in and check it out, shall we? Rangers, go.
Feel like the only survivor. I don't belong here, just want to escape higher and higher. I just want to be lost in space and never come back, knowing I will not return in the end. Never, oh
was epic. Holy cow, that was, gee whiz. Man, that was a blast. I was not expecting quite the, wow. There's definitely a lot to unpack about that song. I mean, just the way it starts out, I really love the fast-paced guitar riff, really, really setting the speed, the tempo, the energy of the song just right off the bat. I was wondering, because both the singles have been pretty, up tempo and epic and grand and all that stuff. I was kind of expecting this song to be more of a melancholic or ballad type of track, especially with the name of the song being Ghosts. It's kind of like, oh, that tends to lend itself kind of to more of a slower paced ballad, kind of lullaby, almost kind of song. Uh, Boy, I couldn't have been more wrong here. Jeez. This was the most grand and epic scale and aggressive and heavy single yet, if I'm not mistaken here. Man, this thing, it just really is almost on like, it's funny how they're showing like the planet, the stars, and like the cosmos, because this song really gets into almost like the cosmic scale. It just builds and builds. So when it first started, you got the guitar and the heaviness and all of that stuff. I was really, really digging it. You get a good amount of instrumentals there in the beginning. And I was just, oh man, it was hitting heavy and fast and really, really cool. And then the vocals came in, and the vocals were just astonishing, of course, as we've come to expect. But the melody was really great, and I liked the chorus. But everything seemed relatively straightforward up to that point. Like I said, I was digging the heaviness, the aggression of the guitars and stuff like that, and the nice melody and everything, and like the choirs, stuff like that. But it was like, all right, this is stuff. Like it wasn't blowing my mind or anything. Just it was really great. Don't get me wrong, really solid. I was like, hey, this is another just really solid outing here from the folks at Xandria. But then it just started getting, it just started growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Like really, the bridge I feel like was like a third of the song. There were so many like sections to it, and it got like really heavy. There was like breakdowns, like heavy metal breakdowns in there that were just really, really headbanging moments, and just like I said, just really brought the energy and the aggression into the song. And then you get like guitar solo in there and stuff that was really, really cool. And again, everything's just like building, like and you hear everything in the background still like really hitting hard and heavy, even though he's doing like his solo. And it's like you hear symphonic elements going. I mean, this thing is just huge, huge. And then you get like some airtime, kind of like some zero G moment in there when it all kind of stops. And then she's singing just really, really nice, and like I said, it's like it like built and built and built, and then you kind of get this moment where you're just kind of like hanging there, almost like floating. And I was like, all right, this is sick, but now it's going to come right into the chorus. No, it does not go right back into the chorus. It comes in hard and heavy again. And it's like, good grief. And then the harsh vocals, she did a really great job with the harsh vocals, and they were used so well. So well, really made that moment impactful. And again, everything is just massive and grand and epic, and then you get even more aggression in there with the harsh vocals and stuff. And everything had built. And my only thing about the song that I personally would have changed is that because we got that like hang time already, we had a bunch of bombast and a bunch of build up and explosive guitars and drums and symphonic elements and choirs and breakdowns and just all this crazy stuff. And then we get, like I said, that kind of zero G moment where everything kind of stops. So it's like you get that moment already, and then so when it starts kind of like being really aggressive again and building up, there's like that one more moment where it kind of does like the pre-chorus. I think it was the pre-chorus. It may have been just the chorus itself, but I think it was the pre-chorus. But they did like the pre-chorus of the chorus. Again, right after like the harsh vocals and all that stuff, but in like a slower pace than normal, than like the normal chorus. And it just felt like we'd already gotten like our moment of respite, if you will. And so everything was like working really well, but to kind of take away that energy again a little bit, it just kind of it just took the steam out of it a little bit. Because the way it all built up, and then you get that moment of like solace, kind of where everything quiets down a bit, and it takes the energy away. Your adrenaline is still kind of like go, but you're on board. It's like, oh man, and then it comes back in again, and you get all into it again. But then when it takes that energy away that second time, to me it was just kind of like, oh man, like, and at this point I just wanted to just rip all the way through to the end now. So just to kind of do that a second time, it just felt a little odd to me. Because if they went straight from like the growls and all that aggression right into the speedy chorus and all that stuff again, but with like some little bit of added bombast, kind of like how they did, but after that pre-chorus, or after they did the chorus again, but kind of like without some of the elements. If they just taken that part out and just gone straight into like the epic chorus with everything there again, it would have kept that energy alive and really just taking it to the finish line. So that's it. That is the only thing for me personally, because this song was just absolutely epic. I'm just blown away, and I've already come to expect great things from Xandria. And, a longtime fan, but with the new vocalist and all this stuff, they've really proven that they are just as strong as ever. And but even with feeling that way about the band, this still exceeded my expectations. I can't lie. This song was just absolutely epic. I just wish after we already got that one moment where, that lighter moment, that when it came back in aggressive, I wish it had just taken that all the way to the finish line, like I said. But that's just an absolute minor little qualm. Other than that, this song was just nuts. Absolutely nuts. I loved it. Loved it. Catchy, great melody, awesome musicianship, epic, grand elements, some headbanging breakdown moments, killer vocals. Jeez. Yeah, this song was intense. Intense. Yeah. Anywho, just blew me away here. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this song here, and how does it stack up to the other singles released? How excited are you for this album coming in February? I cannot wait. Let's talk about it in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you next time. Ranger.